Welcome back to Rating the List, where we review, discuss, and reimagine popular movie lists objectively. We're your hosts. I'm Jeri.
And I'm Brad, and on this episode we'll be exploring number 12 from Jeri's 20 favorite movies of all time. And her number 12 is Big Trouble in Little China, released in 1986, directed by John Carpenter, written by Gary Goldman and David Z. Weinstein, edited by Steve Merkowitz, Mark Warner, and Edward Warshinsky. Starring Kurt Russell, Dennis Dunn, Kim Cattrall, Victor Wong, and James Hong. A rough-and-tumble truck driver and his friend face off with an ancient sorcerer in a supernatural battle beneath San Francisco's Chinatown to save two green-eyed women coveted by the sorcerer. Again. Fun. Just fun.
Just fun. Just a really, really good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super quotable.
Jack Burton.
Yeah. This is a movie I think would have really benefited from being made with stagecraft. So, the volume.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Because the sets are pretty enclosed.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times when it looks a little, John Carpenter is a truly independent filmmaker who was always working on a shoestring. This is probably his most studio movie. I mean, it was released by a studio, and he was hired on by a studio, and this is kind of the movie that kind of turned him off from doing that ever again. It was a theatrical bomb. Did not do well in the theaters, but it really gained a cult following on home video. It's one of the most quotable movies of all time. It's a really interesting story. The thing that no one really talks about is, Kurt Russell plays, Jack Burton, and we follow him through the movie, but he's actually not the hero of the movie.
No.
Wang is the hero of the movie.
Yes, he is. Yes. He for sure is the hero of the movie.
Which I think is a really fun way to tell the story. Because Jack kind of bumbles through stuff.
Oh, for sure.
And Wang is very courageous.
Yeah, he's like, I got this. And he's got martial arts skills. And
then, you got Victor Wong's character, Egg Shen, who's kind of like the Obi-Wan. Mm-hmm. And then you've got David Lopan, played by James Hong, both as regular David Lopan and also as 10-foot tall roadblock. Lopan, he's really, really great. The henchmen are great. Some of the special effects they're kind of dated, but they're also dated in a fun way.
It's John Carpenter. He has a very signature look about his special effects.
Yeah,
it's
very practical.
Yes.
Effect stuff. Obviously, this is before CGI, so.
Kurt Russell's worked a few times with John Carpenter.
Yep, several times.
He's worked with him
they shot
The Thing.
The Thing. Escape from New York, Escape from LA.
Yes.
So he's worked with them several times.
Yeah.
Escape from LA almost made the list.
Yeah?
It was pretty close.
Escape from LA?
Or New York.
Okay. I was going to say, wow.
That movie's a favorite, but it's a little dated, especially now that it's we're actually into the post-future of the movie. Anyway, there's a lot to love about this movie. It's just fun.
It's really fun, and the dynamic between him and Kim Cattrall is really great.
Yeah. Again, you got a little bit of a Han Solo character here.
Yep.
Which is kind of, you kind of got two different kinds of action heroes in the 80s. You got the Han Solo kind of caricature, or the Arnold Schwarzenegger muscle-bound kind of testosterone steroid guy.
Yeah.
So those were kind of both at play during the 80s, and they went this way with it. Kurt Russell is just so charming.
Yeah, he really is.
And Dennis Dunn, who think I've ever seen him in anything else. And he's an American actor. He's not. He's not a foreign actor.
I'll have to look and see.
He just
what he's doing.
He's fun. Like Victor Wong. I've seen in a bunch. You always pops up and stuff. And James Hong, still alive and still working.
Still.
He's like, was he like 94 or something?
I don't know, but he's been in a lot of stuff.
Man, he has been in a ton of stuff. It's just D-U-N. It's different.
Oh.
Okay. But I think he's like 94 and he's still working. The first, we actually saw him in his first movie when we were doing the Love List, which was it From Here to Eternity?
Oh, I think it was.
Was that the movie that he was like? He's just like in this like quick little scene.
Yeah, I think it was that movie. I can't remember.
And it was just like, no, it wasn't that movie. It was a different one.
Was it From Here to Eternity?
No, it wasn't that one. It was something else. But it was like a movie like in the 50s. So that was like his.
Was that the one where she's like part Asian?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah,
what was the name of that movie?
But he's like one of her like uncles or something, or cousins or whatever, and he's like the butler.
Yeah, what was the name of that movie?
But it's like if you look at his like credits, he's in like 200 or 300 like things. Like
it's a very
voice stuff on screen. Like he's still working. He just like did like a voice in some movie like last year at like 93. Like dude has had like one of the longest careers in the history of Hollywood.
Yeah. And
he's great.
He is great.
He is a fantastic actor. And I guarantee you there's no way that you've ever, if you've seen any number of movies or TV shows, you have seen James Hong. I guarantee it.
I watched this movie in the theater.
I did too.
I remember I was in Tahoe at the time.
Oh, with the one in
it was
the Horizon?
No. There wasn't the Horizon at that point.
Or whatever that.
On North Shore, it was in.
It was on the other.
It was in side. Tahoe City.
Got it. Okay.
In the little village there with the A&W.
Yeah.
Anyway, saw it there. Okay. It's a very small theater, but there's quite a few people there.
Yeah.
And I remember it, and I loved it. I thought it was fun.
I always saw movies like this because this was my dad's jam.
Yeah.
Like he always took it. I know he took us to see this one. I remember seeing it. I thought it was great. And then it like, no one was talking about it. Like I'd go to like go to school and I'd be like talking about this cool movie I just saw and no one saw it. I'm like, you guys all suck. How did you not see this movie? This movie's awesome.
I remember the scene where one of the main henchmen, you know how one had lightning, one was wind, one was, and one of them was like, his face was blowing up.
Yeah.
Remember? And like he just exploded.
Yeah.
And it looked like lettuce came out of his head.
Yeah.
And I was like, ew. I remember that. That was good stuff though. But yeah, great movie.
Yeah. So this one was the first one of your movies that was in my top 100.
Okay.
So this one was just outside my 20. This was my number 32.
Okay.
So, I gave it a 75.2.
Nice.
Some of the technical aspects, like this is kind of the opposite of some of the movies we got. Like some of the technical aspects of this movie are not great, but the performances are just
they're so good. They're so good.
And the movie's just it's so enjoyable to watch this. It's so you cannot have a bad time watching this movie. No. It is fun.
It's a fun time. All right, if you've watched Big Trouble in Little China and have some opinions about it, please leave them in the comments. If you would like to please like and subscribe to our channel. Please contact us directly at ratingthelist@gmail.com. But that's it for now. I'm Jeri.
I'm Brad.
And we're Rating the List. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.